Yo, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of NBA Central's Prediction Show. I'm your host, Big Bro. We also got your host, Steve O, right there on the other side. Steve O, we
For
had
sure.
three good games last night. We got three good games tonight. We're going to discuss all of that right after this.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.
All right, Steve O. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of NBA Central. I'm your host, Big Bro. If you like what you hear, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. You can also hit us up at NBA Central Show at gmail.com. Hey
Bro.
man, last night was a crazy night in the playoffs, man. We're getting to the point where now is everybody getting to their game threes. But last night was the last of the game twos, and we had Memphis take care of the Lakers without Ja Morant. I mean, I know both of us kind of figured the Lakers was gonna take care of business, put their foot on these young fellas' throats, but every time they decided to make a run. Memphis was like, nah, man, we got too much poise, we too well coached, and we done played enough basketball without Ja Morant to win this game tonight, and they took care of business. You had you had all types of players step up last night, but it was one guy that I don't even know. I mean, if we was doing a live,
Xavier Tillman.
yeah, we was doing a live call with Steve C Dub, he'd have been like, this guy.
He would have said something ignorant. The
Yeah.
baldy.
Listen, my man was 10 for 13 from the field, 1 for 2 from three. He also had 13 rebounds to go along with 3 assists in his 22 overall points. Every starter scored in double figures. And then Luke Kennard came off the bench and lit the Lakers up. And so did Dave Roddy. Those two combined for was that 13 from the three. So
Yep.
like they took care of business. Memphis was ready to play last night. It doesn't seem like the Lakers were. They shot about 40% from the field and about 27% from the three-point line. And you had Anthony Davis was basically a no-show, 4 for 14 from the field. LeBron was looking like LeBron, 12 for 23 for 28 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. You're going to get that from LeBron. But if you don't get anything from Anthony Davis, and of course, I'm Mr. I'm him came back down to earth, and D'Angelo Russell.
Oh man, he didn't tweet. But yeah, man, it was one of those games, though, bro. It was really one of those games. They I was sitting here, always sitting here. We always noticed that when Memphis played without Ja, they always play their best ball. And I was just sitting here watching this game. I really wanted to actually sit down and watch because for some reason, every time they play without Ja, they play their best ball. And I think I'm starting to figure out what it is. And I don't think it's no detriment or no disrespect towards Ja. It's just that when he's not on the floor, the ball just keep moving. But that makes sense. That I feel like that's what every superstar like. It comes a time in the game where your superstar just do superstar stuff, and like
Mhm.
you can get that pick and roll ISO moment with John just because he's that good. So I think just because when he's gone, the team just becomes very balanced. They know to move the ball, and they coach. He always scheme up plays for anybody can go off. It's not just Tillman could go off. It could be Bang one night. It could be Tyrus Jones. Like you said, it
Now,
could be a Luke Kennard type night. They just
Tyus
all
Jones, he steadies that ship as well. That
yes,
guy,
he really does.
he's probably, and it's a weird stat, but like as far as efficiency is concerned, every year he is in the top two, and he's not two. That guy go
Yeah.
out there and take care of business. He don't
Yeah.
turn the ball over. He steadies that ship.
Yeah, especially with 10.6 rebounds, eight. That's what you need your point guard to do to get wins.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. Lakers lost last night because they shot bad. They didn't shoot well. LeBron had his 28 and 12, but you
He
when you
was
shooting 12 for 28, 12 for 23, and you don't win too many games like that. Especially with
well.
Anthony Davis didn't show up as much with 13 points, 8 points, 4 for 14. So
He was bogus.
yeah,
12, 12 for 23 ain't bad, but 1 for 8 from three is
yeah,
bad
that's
because
bad.
that's 12 for 23 is above 50%. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying like
Mhm.
that's not too bad, but that 1 for 8 is terrible because that could you take five less threes and five more shots, regular shots. If LeBron is aggressive in those instances, you're probably looking at a different outcome because they lost by 10, and that's basically 10 points that LeBron could have at least tried to go get as opposed to settling for three. And that's the team 7 for 26 from three was terrible for the Lakers. Now over to the next game though, it was pretty
Wait,
much.
before we go in, I just gotta say one thing about this game, this Lakers team that I'm
Mm,
slightly worried about.
mm,
Last night, I felt like they went towards going with D'Lo a little bit too much instead of going with Austin. I feel like Austin is the better in the situation what they're running. He runs the offense way smoother compared to D'Lo. D'Lo is just gonna go out there and try to get buckets, which he kind of tried to do, but 2 for 11, it just wasn't his night. And with that, you just took Austin Reeves out the game. Really, like yeah, he 5 for 12. And it's not terrible, but 12 points, 5 rebounds. He could have impacted the game a little bit more, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that 100%. They want to try to get D'Lo involved though, so like you
Yeah,
don't expect him to only hit 2 shots out of the 11 opportunities. So next game when they get back home, they like basically the Lakers are walking away feeling like they did what they were supposed to do. They took 1 out of 2 on the road, and now they got to take care of business at home. Now over
yeah.
in Milwaukee, a lot of people probably felt like the Heat would do better than they did, but man, Milwaukee jumped all over them fools early and did not look back.
Bro, I was sitting there expect because one of my homies is a Milwaukee fan. He live in Wisconsin, so he was always talking when we was on the game, but he was just going crazy like, "Yo, Joe Ingles going off. We shooting." I'm like, bro, Miami. That first game was an anomaly, bro.
Yep.
Miami would never shoot like that ever again in this series, and most likely
It
not.
wasn't it wasn't
But it,
even that it's shooting though. Like Miami shot really they didn't play a lick of defense. Miami shot 53% from the field and 45% from three. 16 for 36 from three typically gets
Mhm.
you wins. But they were 16 for 27 from the free throw line, so that hurt them. And they
Yep.
also had 17 turnovers. But on the other side, bro, like Milwaukee went crazy. Not only did every single starter score in double digits, and we talking about decent double digits, 13 or more points from every starter. You also had Pat Connaughton come off the bench and give you 22 points. So
For
like,
real.
yeah, and
And Joe,
they
Joe,
shot 25 for 49 from three, bro. They shot above 50% from three, and they shot 53. So the
yeah.
same thing that we said about man Miami, I don't anticipate Milwaukee shooting that well in game three either. But
Oh
hey,
no,
they took care of business last night.
yeah, I believe the fight like the halftime score was 81-55. So
Yeah.
like yeah, they was just on one. They was really just on one. Joe Ingles and Pat was I think Joe Ingles was 3 for 4 at halftime with like I don't remember how many points he had, but he had like majority of the points. Pat McConaughey was 5 for 5 at the time. He ended it being 8 for 12,
Hmm.
6 for 10 from three. So that those the type of game. This is why I feel like Milwaukee is so dangerous. There's so many players that can just get hot, and they shot the ball well. The starters, like I said, the starters did their game. Brooke Lopez, it was a Brooke Lopez and Drew Holiday game. I already knew Drew Holiday was gonna come in and do what he had to do
Hmm.
because it's Drew Holiday. You know the situation, and like I said, I knew them two, Brooke and Lopez as well, and Bobby Porter's coming in being that X factor with 13 and 15 and just being a great impactful player for this team. So,
He definitely filled the stat sheet because to go along with that, he had 5 assists, 1 steal,
yep.
2 blocks. We caught this yesterday. We kind of figured that Drew Holiday was going to do his thing, Lopez and Bobby Portis and Chris Middleton
Hmm.
chipped in too. He's still working his way back, basically from an all season injury.
Hmm.
Pretty much the only person that didn't do much was Jay Crowder. But aside from
Yeah.
that, the Milwaukee Bucks did what they were supposed to do. There was no way they should have lost game one even, but they were still kind of dealing with the effects of Giannis going down early in that game. I feel like they're gonna be prepared to win whether Giannis is available or not. So then
Yeah.
the next game last night was actually better than it was supposed to be because in the first half the Denver Nuggets win over Minnesota 122 to 113. Denver took off early and they were up by a dub by halftime, but by the fourth quarter, Minnesota had fought all the way back.
Yeah.
And
And, and, and I was just about to say, this game, I don't know about you, but this game kind of felt like that Lakers game earlier. It was like They kept it close. There was a dog fight, and then just towards the end, they was like, "Yeah, we finna win real quick." Because
Well,
it's go
here's
ahead.
the thing though, like Jamal Murray is in playoff form right now, like because he hasn't
Yeah,
played this well all season, and now
yeah.
he's taking off for the playoffs. And Anthony Edwards finally
He
showed
got
up,
out that slump, bro.
and so proud of him. But the real problem is those big men, man. Like Rudy Gobert was okay last night,
Yeah, solid.
but yeah, he was alright. But you can't be alright with all of everything that they gave
Can't,
up to
bro.
get you on this squad. Like you have to be otherworldly in a very winnable game on the road.
Yeah,
19 points and 8 rebounds is just not gonna cut it. Only one block, but the worst problem was Carl Anthony
cat,
Towns. That
cat,
guy, he was out
cat,
there.
cat.
Jesus. Carl Anthony Towns, 3 for 12 from the field, 10 points. He only played 34 minutes because he was in foul trouble the whole game. And he just looked disengaged out there. Like he just didn't care about winning. Anthony Edwards tried to carry these guys to a win, but it just wasn't enough. I'm totally
Bro,
disappointed in that front court.
bro. I've seen actual cats more aggressive than cat. Like I'm sorry, like that's just one thing we've always that's been the question around this franchise since he's been here. Can't in the moments can he be the cat that is all star? Can he be the cat that the franchise cornerstone what they drafted him for? 3 for 12 is not going to cut it.
No.
It's just not, especially with the team you're going up against, which is a front court heavy. Like you cannot sit here and expect like I feel like that was my main concern. Like the fact, like everybody know the talent of Anthony Edwards, but the way he just came in and absurded his world just by playing without even talking, just by playing. Like
Hmm.
this supposed to be your team, cat. It's not your team no more,
No, it's
and
not.
it's not. So especially when you have a player like Anthony Edwards that go for 41 points, 4 for 12, and you can't even give him at least 7 shots. You can't give him at least 7 shots made. Come on,
Bro.
bro. Like
And,
you
and
can't sit
honestly,
there and expect to win like that.
and if he goes out there and plays a better game, because he also had 5 turnovers, which
Yep.
led the team. It's like, dude, like 3 for 12. I could go 3 for 12 from the field. Like that's what I'm saying. That's easy work out there. He did his thing on the boards, but my guy, like I can't believe you're not being aggressive enough to win to affect winning. And that's the reason why they lost, man. 122 to 113. And of course, we got to give Denver credit. They took care of business
Yeah.
at home.
It was just like I said earlier with them Lakers and Memphis game. It just came to a point because they was trying to make a little resurgence in the fourth quarter, and then they was just like, "Nah, you're not winning." And that's what they did. That's what good teams do when they just turn it on when it's ready to when it's time to end the game. They end the game.
Hmm. That's true. That's true. All right, so the West, I mean the all of the game ones are over with.
Hmm.
That was a good, 2 games for everybody, honestly. A couple of
Yeah.
teams are up 2-0, a couple of series are tied, but now we're gonna move over to tonight's games, and we just gotta wonder can the Brooklyn Nets at least win a game versus Philly? Can the Brooklyn Nets at least win a game versus Philly?
I don't know, bro. It's just like it's just the same. It's almost like the same scouting report that everybody else is saying. Like we know Mikhail and Cam gonna kind of play. We always
Hmm.
it's everybody else. That's the whole problem. We ain't seen no Cam Thomas. We barely seen some Claxton. Like we need other players to step up. That's the only chance they got because with them two then have played great games the first 2 games and they still haven't got a win. So it's like it's really everything else. They're being coached well. It's hard. They don't have on the talent side. They just not better than Philly. So it's gonna take a lot of hard work, great coaching, and to even get a win, let alone win the series.
Hmm. And at the end of the day, you got to have some pride about yourself. Like
Hmm.
you at least want to win one game in the playoffs. Nobody likes getting swept. The
Hmm.
NBA hates seeing sweeps. They want as many games as possible. So take care of business out there. Y'all done made it this far. Ain't no need for y'all to go out there and get swept by these guys. Y'all got what it takes to win at least one game. Spencer Dinwiddie and the rest of you guys out there, go out there and take care of business. to be honest, because like I don't want to see them get swept, but hey, it ain't up to me. The Sixers are
Yeah,
balling out, and they know what's on the line. They have a lot at stake. The Doc Rivers' legacy is on the line. Joel Embiid's legacy is on the line, and of course James Harden's legacy is on the line. These guys want to take care of business, and there's no better feeling in sports, 7 game series sports at least, being up than being up 3-0 because you already know how damn near impossible it is to come back from being down three to
yeah.
nothing. Who you got tonight versus Philly versus Brooklyn?
Um, I think I might go with Brooklyn tonight, just because I'm really just going out on a limb to say this might be the game that they're not all on sync, because they always had that one game where it's just not their night, and they have
Mm-hmm.
not had that yet. They done pretty much both of them games. They both been on one. Even like even with Harden was not playing good,
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese and Tobias stepped up. So I just feel like they're just prime. I don't know if it's gonna be this series or the next series, but they're primed to have at least or 2 to 3 games where they just don't look like themselves.
Oh yeah, that's Philly for you.
Yeah,
That's definitely Philly for you. So I feel like at the end of the day, though, Philly senses there's a big opportunity here,
yeah,
and they should go up 3-0 tonight. They should go into Brooklyn and put their foot on these guys' necks. Let them win game 4 and then go back home and rock it out in 5. But you don't want to give these guys hope. 3-0 is much better than 2-1. So I'm definitely going with Philly tonight to put their foot on these guys' necks.
facts.
Now over here though, man, the Golden State Warriors are in deep trouble, bro. Like they in deep, deep trouble. They are in uncharted waters. The Golden State Warriors versus the Sacramento Kings. Right now, the Golden State Warriors have never even been down 0-2, at least in this stretch where they've been the best team in the NBA. Now they're looking at 0-3 at home. Now we already know Golden State Warriors at home, they're gonna get all the calls. The crowd is gonna be rowdy. Steph Curry gonna be hot. Clay gonna be hot. Wiggins should be rounding into form, but there's no Draymond Green tonight to facilitate that offense. And without Draymond Green, the Golden State Warriors are 9 points per game worse than when he's on the floor. He might not put the ball in the basket, but he gets the ball where it needs to go for those people to
Facts.
put the ball in the basket. What you thinking about tonight's game, Golden State versus Sacramento?
I feel like it's either Steph or Clay got to come in nuclear hot. You just got to. These one of these games where you just. I feel like this is the game right now. You got to win right now to flip the series. If you got a chance to go like 2-2, this the game. This the game right here. You got to come in on fire. You got to come in playing hard. I understand your facilitator is out. Your one of your leaders is out, but hey, y'all got to play the best basketball y'all done played this whole season. And I mean, probably some of the best games you played this season, which is slim to none. But you got to play out your body tonight, because like if you go down 3-0, we just wait. We basically everybody just sitting and waiting until you get eliminated, because that's really what your future is. I mean, we've seen you win 3-0 situations. Like I mean, no, not 3-0, but down three when people won 3 games, but yeah, I feel like tonight is the night where you Clay and Steph just got to come in shooting that thing, and that's the only way they got a chance in this series at this point. Because, like I said, they're a turnover machine. They're not confident what they're doing. Like you just said, they're losing Draymond, they facilitator, so the odds are stacked up against them. They on the ropes.
Listen, the Golden State Warriors got to win the next 3 games if they want to win this series. I know that's saying a
Yeah,
lot, but they
I was trying to be nice because I'm really saying the next 2, but 3. I understand what you mean by that.
yeah, because you know they road problems, and they got to win one on the road, and the best way to do so is to go in on a 2 game winning streak and
Hmm.
try to carry that momentum into a win on the road. Because if they lose one of these 2 games at home, whether it's this one or the next one, they're going to be pretty much out of it. Obviously, they can come back from 3-1 because it's happened to them, and they've done it themselves. But 3-0, I don't think it's happened yet in the history of the NBA. So those guys definitely don't want to fall down 3-0 tonight. otherwise. It's a wrap for these guys. So who
Yeah.
you got tonight? Sacramento or Golden State?
I'm going. I gotta go Golden State. Just like I said, they got to win. This is a must win because I'm telling you, they don't win tonight. I feel like it's just gonna carry over to next game. They just gonna get killed because that just the body language is already down. The morale is probably already down. Like if you don't get this win tonight, it's like a shot in the heart.
Yeah, that's man. As much as I want to pick Sacramento to go up 3-0 against a
Facts.
defending
I'm like,
champion,
trust me, trust me.
I think the last time a defending champion got swept was when the Bulls swept Miami. The baby Bulls swept the Miami Heat that came off that win with Shaq and D Wade.
Mhm.
So I don't see Golden State going down 0-3. It's just too weird to even bet against them in this situation. That's the only reason. But if I can see Sacramento winning tonight, I can see it. But I'm picking Golden State to win this game because they definitely have to. All right, and in the last game, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us on NBA Central with Big Bro and Steve O Speaks. We got the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. These guys are pretty much evenly matched, regardless of who hurt, who out there, who ain't out there. Who breaks the tie tonight, man? Who breaks the 1-1 tie and takes the 2-1 lead in this Phoenix and the Clippers, the KD versus Kawhi situation?
Man, that's tough, bro. Like, I don't know, cause I feel like in my heart, I want to say like this is a game where KD be. It's like a KD game, but it could easily be a Kawhi game. So it's like I don't know. I don't know what could happen. So,
But here's the thing:
um,
even if it is a Kawhi game, it could be a KD game, and if it ain't a KD game, it could be a Booker game, and that's kind of
right,
what's been happening so far in the playoffs.
yeah, yeah. So, hmm. But this see, like I think it's just out of all the series, like this might be the one that just like, yeah, I know we saying a lot of series that might go seven, but like that's this part of the series that's like, yeah, this got to go seven. Like it just don't,
Hmm.
like, it has to go seven. It's just the most unpredictable series. So I think I might. I'm gonna go Clippers tonight.
You
Just
going
because they're
Clippers?
home, just because they're at the crib,
I
first
feel
game at the
like,
crib.
oh man. So it's been a great series so far. I'm sorry that NBA fans are being tortured like this and having to see all these all-time greats out there playing against each other in round one, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. Um, I feel like Phoenix is going to return the favor and get that road win tonight and take back home court advantage in this series. So I'm picking Phoenix to
Yeah.
defeat the Clippers tonight on the road, but it ain't gonna be easy. And I won't be surprised if we sitting here tomorrow talking about a Clippers win.
Yeah, it's just be the way they're playing. It's just really the way they playing. Like it's crazy. Like one thing I think I've noticed about this Clippers team compared to the old team is like, well, not even compared to the old team, compared to this Phoenix team, it's just they're way more athletic than them.
Hmm.
They're better defenders. So
And
I
they got
think
more depth. They definitely got
yeah,
more. Clippers got more depth
yeah.
as well.
So yeah, I see. I just see that. I think that's the main reason this might go seven. It's just because the matchup is a little different. It's a little like they're not used to it. They're not that like even though like the Suns is a pretty athletic team, like they're not used to being out athletic, getting running on the defense pressure is high. Like they're not used to that. So that I think that's what caught them off guard that first game. They calmed, they collected themselves and just book or just on one. So Suns just might be one of those teams where they might just be taking turns of who hot each night, and they that good enough to win like that.
Yeah. Yep, but you got the Clippers tonight. I got Phoenix tonight. That's all the games. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Big Bro
Bro.
and Steve O on NBA Central's prediction show. Make sure y'all follow all the other Central channels: NBA Central, Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Bears Central, Chicago Cubs, and Chicago White Sox Central. And you also got the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. We gonna holler at y'all tomorrow, man. This is it. Hey, it's the NBA playoffs. We getting into the nitty gritty now. It's this teams is gonna be on the ropes by the next time we by the next time we talk. So we gonna holler at y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.